In the next two segments, we shall see how ethnic American authors expand the American literary voice.
Throughout most of U.S. history, America's largest cities have harbored smaller ethnic enclaves. For many Americans, the most mysterious of these mini-cities were Asian, referred to by names such as Chinatown, Japantown, Little Korea, and Little Vietnam. In them, life continued remarkably unchanged from the old country. Here, visitors were surrounded by unfamiliar languages, exotic food, and foreign customs. Here, where East met West, it seemed as though Asian cultures would remain forever separate from U.S. society. Then in 1989, a young woman published an exceptional book that opened up Asian cultures to all Americans. The book? The Joy Luck Club. The author? Amy Tan. Chinese immigrants first arrived in California during the gold rush of 1848. They stayed to build railroads and establish businesses. At the turn of the century, the Japanese also arrived, providing cheap labor for sugar plantations in Hawaii and farms along the Pacific coast. Following the Korean and Vietnam Wars, refugees from those countries settled in America's cities. In each case, families also brought with them a tradition of female subservience. In the latter part of the 20th century, Asians still congregated in their own communities, kept mostly to themselves, and carried on in their old ways. But at the same time, they sent their children to public schools and watched American television and movies. Out of this second generation came a young author, a woman who, with remarkable skill and compassion, revealed the inner workings of Asian society undergoing generational changes. Amy Tan was born in 1952 in Oakland, California. Her father was a Chinese-born Baptist minister. Her mother was the daughter of an upper-class family in Shanghai. Graduating from college, Tan became a freelance business writer and prospered. But Tan sought an outlet for her creative energies and turned to fiction writing. In 1989, she released The Joy Luck Club. It was an instant success, a must-read among American women. 4 years later, it was made into a blockbuster movie. For the first time on a large scale, Asians were perceived as true Americans. At the same time, Tan's remarkable literary achievements also opened the door for young Asian American women to forego traditional roles and pursue careers. As of 2002, 18% of Asian and Asian American women pursue work in business, finance, and other professions. As for Tan herself, she has added to her literary legacy, publishing children's books and new novels, including The Kitchen God's Wife, The 100 Secret Senses, and The Bone Setter's Daughter.